Every Wagner opera is worth being seen and watched and experienced, and it always makes a difference if you listen at home to the radio or to a CD or stream the overture. It's okay, it's beautiful, but still a live experience is always a different story. Well, I think I do understand very well Wagner's music as I know it for a long time, and I got fascinated by Wagner's music at the age of 11. I mean, I think I understand his character also, and I have a feeling for his extreme emotions, yeah, like also kind of neurotic elements in his music. Yeah, that's why I think I'm determined to conduct Wagner, and I'm invited not only in Sofia to conduct Wagner, so because I think it's my music. Operas have a very unique color and touch. It's never the same. Of course, you can sense the style, the Wagnerian style from the Flying Dutchman on, and it makes a development, but still it's not just a linear development, because when you look at the Meistersinger and Tristan und Isolde, which were composed next to each other within a few years, they are so different as they can be, extremely different. Tristan is the most chromatic opera and the most dark maybe, and Meistersinger is the lightest and brightest opera and most diatonic, so less chromatic. And Tanheuser is still, you can feel the traditional forms like arias, duets and ensembles, and like a concertato in Verdi, finale of Act 2. It also has some Verdi elements, but actually most of Verdi's works of importance have been composed after Tanheuser, not before. Traviata was later, even, which is not an early work by Verdi, of course, but it's still, compared to Otello or Falstaff, it's early, but it's just more maybe Bellini, let's say, because Bellini was a great influence for Wagner, and Wagner loved Bellini's music, and also Halévy, La Juive, for instance, which is a fantastic opera. Actually, I don't know if it has been performed here, because maybe not, but this is one of the most interesting and thrilling operas of before Wagner, let's say, and after Mozart, between Mozart and Wagner. Maybe I should suggest this to Maestro Kарталов. And Tanheuser is a more light also than the Dutchman or even Lohengrin. Has some darker elements, but in general is a quite light music. Not in terms of superficial, but in terms of we have more brightness in it and more kind of hope, even if the main character struggles with as usual in Wagner's operas, there are very strong inner conflicts within the characters. But the music is very, at times brilliant and lyric. And take the prelude to Act 3, which is kind of a symphonic poem. Actually, it's quite long. It's more than 8 minutes, which is in the middle or in the last third of the opera is a very long piece of music, and but it's so beautiful, and it describes the pilgrimage of Tanheuser to Rome, and I love that a lot. And the overture, the overture is wonderful. It's a masterpiece. For the orchestra, it's difficult, it's demanding, but it's less demanding than all operas coming after Tanheuser. So technically, maybe for the woodwinds it's one of the most difficult, because of we have many sections of just woodwinds, sometimes horns join them, but and no strings playing. A very extremely sensitive and difficult in terms of intonation. So that's really challenging, and also of course the violins have to play many notes as usual, but it's not as difficult as the Ring or Tristan, or even Lohengrin has more difficult parts. But for the singers, I mean, the title role is probably the most difficult part, tenor part of all Wagner wrote. You can feel he did not have yet that much experience for writing for the voice. For instance, the tenor part in Dutchman is also very uncomfortable to sing, but it's short. And this one is uncomfortable and long, and actually requires 3 types of voice for each act. It's different. In Act 1, it's more Italian tenor, like lyrico spinto maybe, and the second act is more dramatic then, and the third act is very dramatic and low, which whilst Act 1 is very high. And this is the main challenge, and that's why there are so few singers worldwide who can actually sing this part, and we are so lucky. Sofia Opera has one in the own ensemble, Martin Iliev, and that's amazing, fantastic. This time I could spend more time here and do nearly all orchestra alone rehearsals myself. But yes, Maestro Genchev helped a lot. He read through the whole score, whole opera with the orchestra, and also did a great job with preparing the singers, also with the pronunciation. So I was very happy when I came that they were already very well prepared. I'm the lawyer of the composer who wants to represent his work to the audience. That's actually all I do with whatever I do. So I think to speak about a vision is kind of a selfish approach for an artist. So especially for musicians, as they have the work ready. A stage director is different because he has really to create something new, but I don't create anything new. I just bring the music or the artwork to life. But the artwork, what is the artwork? It's not the paper on which is printed the music. The music just comes to life in the moment when we play it. So it's a creative process, but I think my vision is just to realize what the composer's will is. That is my vision.